Start off this morning with just 1 minute of breathing just to help us arrive and to be here. Oops, early on the bell. To help us be here and ready this morning. So thank you for coming. I'm really just find a place to sit that's comfortable for you. So whether it's like me, I'm just sat on the floor with my back supported here by the wall, or in your chair, whatever way is comfortable for you right now. Just find a comfortable place, back supported, sitting in the chair, and we'll just take 1 minute of breathing before we start to help us arrive here this morning. So I'll sound the bell, start the breathing, I'll give you a little bit of guidance, and then I'll sound the bell at the end. So if it feels appropriate, you can close your eyes, or you can have them open and just allow the gaze to fall in front of you. And now just allow the breathing to be as it is. So no focus on any particular method, just simply noticing your breath. Maybe it's the rise and fall of the belly and the abdomen, or the breath coming in the nose and out the mouth. So whatever feels right for you in this moment, just to sit and pay attention to the breath. Noticing the support for the body, support for your back, buttocks, backs of your legs, and your feet. Just noticing the contact points of the body. Just an awareness of arriving in this moment as a group to sit together. I just want to read a poem by Rumi. My heart is so small, it's almost invisible. How can you place such big sorrows in it? Look, he answered. Your eyes are even smaller, yet they behold the world. And just bringing yourself back. And eyes open if that feels good, or eyes closed, whatever feels right for you. So thank you and good morning, everybody. Thanks again for joining me for our 20 minutes of mindfulness. And it's a nice way to start the day. Even for me, it's a structure. It's a place that I can arrive to in the morning, knowing that I get to share some time with people who just want to put a bit of structure in their day, but also we share some tips and some ideas around coping with anxiety, coping with stress. A large part of my day at the moment is talking to people and coaching them on their issues whilst they run their business and face into very difficult times running organizations. And the same principles that I teach those leaders apply here. There is no difference. At times like this, Leadership is about the capacity to be able to show up for yourself. We have to be our own leaders at times like this. And then that spirit of leadership that we can find, the capacity that we have in ourselves to make sure that we show up for ourselves, can then be shared with our family, our loved ones, our friends, our co-workers, etc. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the neuroscience again of anxiety and stress. And neuroscience is a big part of my work. So the anxiety and stress that we feel at these difficult times moves us into this fight, flight, and freeze state. And when we're in fight, flight, and freeze, we leave the executive function of our brain, we go to our primal brain, and once we're in that state, the only options available to us are fight, flight, and freeze. So I have a problem, I don't feel like I want to deal with this, so my options are I freeze, I'm panicked, I don't know what to do, or I can run away from it, or I want to fight it. And often fighting is not an option because we don't really know what it is. There's a lot of things. Obviously, the news and the news about COVID-19 triggers our anxieties. But it's very hard to know what it is that we need to do. So if you can imagine, you end up in a dark room, and you need to get from the primal brain back to the executive function. Because here you can think logically. You can go, okay, it's fine. I'm healthy. My family's healthy, or I have issues, but I can get through this. I have the capacity to move through this, but I must get to my executive function. So imagine you're in a dark room and you only have 3 buttons to get out: fight, flight, and freeze. You have to press one of these buttons to get out of the room. Now we're going to show you in a breathing exercise how to add a 4th button, because you can breathe to get your way out. But first of all, remember that when you feel overwhelmed and stressed, you can also use the capacity to just move. So actually, just going outside and going for a brisk walk or a run, or just bringing the metabolic rate up in the body. It can be, some jumping jacks, jumping up and down. It can be some press ups. It can be these kind of things. Actually tell the brain, oh, I'm moving out of this, I'm changing my state. So just a simple thing of going outside for a walk can help change your state. So when you feel overwhelmed, don't sit with it, because if you sit with it, it is yours to own. If you choose to take action, then you can move away from that state, and just the action of walking or going for a run, or just a little bit of raising the metabolic rate in exercise at home will help change your mind, help change your state. So bear that in mind. And then in addition to that, we're going to show you the box breathing technique, which is really, really helpful. I use this with professional sports people and executives who are in highly stressful environments and have a necessity to make difficult decisions, and they need to have clarity of mind. So this is a method that when you're in that fight, flight, and freeze state, how do I quickly move out of it? It's kind of like a mini meditation in many ways, but it's not a real meditation. And for those who are coming to mindfulness for the first time, or coming to meditation for the first time, it's not advisable to start going down the road of long meditations, because it's very challenging. And this breathing exercise is very much like, in case of emergency, break glass. So I want to give you something that you can tuck into your pocket and carry around with you during the day. And if that moment arrives where you feel really overwhelmed, oh, I can go outside for a walk and go for a run, but you may not have those options either. So you can also take out the box breathing exercise, smash the glass, open it up, and there it is waiting for you, and you can sit with it. So you can go into the bathroom, sit on the loo, sit on the bath, go into another room where nobody's paying any attention to you, and simply be able to spend some time quietly for 4 or 5 minutes. And this helps. And what happens in those 4 or 5 minutes is the heart rate, which is pounding during anxiety, you start to feel it slow down. You start to feel you're returning back to your body. It just gives you that capacity to be able to feel back into who you are, how you really think, and to slow down at times the monkey mind and the chaos that can be ensuing. Before we go there, I just want to also remind everybody the importance of digital minimalism. And of course, I'm talking to you about this whilst I'm on social media. But we must manage our time that we spend on social media right now and on the constant 24-hour news feed. And you have to remember that you are fighting against the psychology, the social science that has been built in Las Vegas and Macau. So the Silicon Valley apps and the news apps and everything else are all built and based around science that shows how to keep people connected and addicted to the technology. So when you realize that, your phone is effectively bringing you to a point of addiction, then you must take assertive action. Again, going back to what I said, be your own leader. So it's that capacity to be able to say, okay, how am I going to control my day? And trying to minimize the impact that you have from social media. So simple things like deleting apps and only using them when you need them. So if you want to be on Instagram, if you want to be on Facebook, establish a time during the day where you're going to do that. You might say, well, I'll do my social stuff at 11 o'clock in the morning and at 3. So outside of those hours, just delete the app. It takes seconds to reinstall the app, but it means that you're not being drawn to it when you look at your phone. It's not there. You have to actually take another step in order to get connected back into that app. So consider the deleting of apps and even your news apps. Again, if my social time is 10 and 3, maybe my news time is 11 and 4. So, you don't need to be caught in a constant news cycle. And another thing to do, which I've done for a long, long time, is turn off all your notifications. We get constant updates on WhatsApp and Facebook and Messenger, et cetera, et cetera. Just turn off all the notifications so that your phone becomes this passive thing that's around you rather than something that's constantly shouting at you going, hey, pay attention, look at me, look at me. Step away from it. Turning off the notifications reduces the phone's impact as you go through the day. Set your phone for night settings, because then you can make sure that at 8 o'clock at night, everything turns off. It doesn't communicate with you at all emails are off, etc. And now you're working at home. It's important to set boundaries, because otherwise you can suddenly feel like you're working all the time. So create some boundaries and structure. And lastly, just watch reputable news channels. I was working yesterday with an investment management company who's trying to take care of people's pensions at the moment. And one of their big challenges are that their clients are constantly calling up because they're getting news feeds on WhatsApp and Facebook that's just nonsensical. So make sure that you watch news channels that are reputable and real. Okay. So we're going to do the box breathing technique. It's really, really simple. And again, if you've just joined us, just finding a comfortable position now to sit, with your back supported, your feet on the ground, or you can lie down, or you can be like me. I'm sitting here with my legs crossed, whatever's comfortable for you. And if it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes during this practice, or alternatively, you can just allow the gaze to drop at a kind of a 45-degree angle and allow your eyes to rest in front of you. So whichever is suitable for you. And I'll sound the bell and we'll start, and then I'll walk you through the guidance. And all you need to do is just listen in. If at any times you don't want to listen to my guidance, then just go back to whatever felt good at the start, your breathing. So the rise and fall of the belly, or the breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Whatever feels best for you, my guidance or your breath. So closing your eyes if that feels comfortable. And just starting with noticing the feet and how they're contacting the ground. Just a little bit of tension into the feet to start. So just feeling into the feet and creating a sense of tension in the toes and the feet, and then just letting go. Once again, noticing the feet and creating a little bit of tension in the toes and the feet, and letting go. Now, as you close your eyes or gaze in front of you, imagine creating the shape of a box, a four-sided box. And on the breathing, you can breathe in as deep as you feel comfortable with. Whatever feels right for you is where you need to be. And if the 4 seconds is too long, take it a little bit shorter. But if you can, try and breathe during the 4 seconds of each part of the box breathing exercise. So now, taking in a deep breath, and I'll count to 4 with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, just allowing your breath to rest. Just sit there for another minute with your eyes closed. your gaze dropped. Just noticing the support from the body, from the floor of the chair. Allowing your breath to restore to its natural rhythm. Offering compassion and thanks to yourself for being here this morning, for taking the time to start your day with a little bit of structure. If it feels comfortable and you've had your eyes closed, you can open your eyes now, bring yourself back, or you can continue to have your eyes closed as we finish. I want to finish again with another nice poem by Rumi. Poetry is nice at this time because it's something that you can read and it allows you to reflect. I often think the words are like leaves falling from the trees into water. They first hit the water and they sit on top of it, but then they become wet and damp, and then they go into the water and they settle down, and eventually they wash away. So it's something that moves through the body, I think, quite nicely. You were born with potential. You were born with goodness and trust. You were born with ideals and dreams. You were born with greatness. You were born with wings. You are not meant for crawling, so don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly. So times like this, we have to remember that we have so much capacity inside us that we often believe is not there. And everybody has been through challenging times. I'm sure everybody who's with me now has had to face their demons, their darkest hours, their most difficult moments. And it's also valuable at times like this to be able to call upon those memories, to be able to remember the time when you had resilience, when you felt that there was darkness and no light, but then somehow you found that capacity. Somehow you realized that you could reach for the light and you could come through. And in these difficult times, with friends and family separated, with people who are maybe ill and struggling with, their own illnesses, away from the virus, maybe just their own sicknesses, their own illnesses, it's our capacity to realize that our wings are here to help us reach out to other people, to be able to be there for our kids and our loved ones, but also those people who we're not connected to. I just brought my 84-year-old mother an iPad a few days ago under highly sterile conditions, so that she can have video time with her grandchildren and her children. And it took me about 90 minutes to get her to understand how to use a video call. And today I'll find out if it worked. But we have to have such a deep sense of patience and compassion at the moment for people, because so many people are having to be exposed to so many new things. and it's our compassion to be good humans, to be there and connect to people, that will be so well received by everybody around us. So thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for joining me. It's great. I love starting my day like this. It means a lot to know that other people want to be here too. And as I've said before, even if it's just me and one other person, or me on my own, I'll record it and still post it. I'll be here for as long as we face these difficult challenges and we face these difficult times together as a community. So I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you taking the time, and I hope you have the box breathing technique now tucked into your pocket to help you in the day ahead. So if it feels good for you, I'll be back tomorrow. And actually on Saturday and Sunday, I'm just 7 o'clock is no problem for me because I'm an early riser no matter what day it is. But if people would rather I move it a bit later because they'd still like to join at the weekends, please do let me know. Drop me a message on Instagram or Facebook or on LinkedIn if you would like it to maybe be 9 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. That's no problem at all. Okay, have a great day. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here.